What's up, guys? It's your boy Kazaris back with another fun little deck profile, and today I'm bringing you my first place OTS finish at my local store. I brought the Greensmith, as I'm calling it, like Green Goblin plus Fiendsmith and some Kashtira cards as well. The deck plays very well. I went 8-1. My only loss was it was a crazy loss. It was game 3 against Melodious. He had like Call by all my Perulia and then Shared Ride on my turn, so it was just like I pushed through his board, but he just drew like 5 cards, so it was just kind of crazy. The deck plays very well. It's 49 cards, which seems wild, but you're spreading out the bricks while only adding like non-engine and main deck starters. So that's why you're playing like the entire Fiendsmith package, because normally you could cut it down to just Lacrima and Engraver. But either way, it's 2 bricks. It's either Lacrima and Lurie are the bricks, or Lacrima and Engraver are the bricks. But this way, at least you have Tract and then the 3 Engraver to be extenders to help you put, like make your hands better, spread out the bricks, and give you more extenders. So I did a profile already. I'll just run over everything real quick. I just want to get into some test hands just to show you guys how to play it if you're interested. Every card in here, 13 cards in here have purpose. 2 cards are flex. So you have the Link Spider to turn a Dracosac token into an effect monster to make Moon. Because if you go like Unicorn, add Birth, normal, activate Birth, normal Fenrir, add Scareclaw Cash. You end on Desiree, SP, Birth, plus typically Unicorn. I like to bring back Unicorn because I find the extra deck Rip to be much more impactful than just a Fenrir banish. Because if you like get rid of Sequentia, turn off the entire Fiendsmith line for Yubel, that's pretty strong. Or if you get rid of Princess, turn off the entire like OTK engine for Snake Eyes, then you're usually winning the majority, or making it harder for them to win the majority of the time. So Unicorn extra deck Rip is crazy, or like Birth banish after they go original send something, and you get to banish one of their level 1s and some other stuff. That's usually pretty good too. So I find just like ending on SP, Desiree, Unicorn off of just 2 Unicorn Birth off of just 2 cards, and then 3 other cards in hand is really strong. If you had the Fiendsmith engine, you can do it differently, or if you have the Goblin engine, you can get like Big Kabunga plus Grand Breakout in the grave, so they can't attack over anything, or you have like a way to trigger the Big Kabunga to get a steal plus follow up for the next turn. So the deck just flows really well. There's not really one like Tour Guide and Terratop are 1-card combos, sure. Doug is kind of 1-card combos, just not quite as good. But the majority of the time, you're trying to piece 2 or 3 card combos together to just like make your end board better or just push through things. The deck goes second really well because you have the Kashtira cards. You also have Underworld Goddess, because none of this deck locks you. That's why I play Scareclaw Cash instead of Rise Heart, and I don't play Theosis, because you want to be able to pivot into the Fiendsmith line through hand traps. You don't want to lock yourself into just Xyz, because sure, you can make Dracosac, but that doesn't, like, the rank 7 pull isn't good. It's just not good. There are like no interruptions. It's just really just extenders like Dracosac. So that's why I'm playing the Scareclaw Cash. You can attack over Chandra also without triggering it. That came up. Like they went Seals Bounce, and I summoned Chandra, and I just summoned Scareclaw Cash and beat over it, and they couldn't trigger it. So that kind of matters. But you're just playing this because Fenrir, it's a way to search an extender with Fenrir. So you can just link off the Fenrir and then summon the Scareclaw Cash and then link it off with sequence for SP. That's typically how you use it. Opening the Birth isn't terrible as long as you have it with another cash card. But again, you only 2 playing it because I figure it's like better to open multiple Kashtira names. Like if I open double Fenrir, that's at least a Dracosac play, or if I open double Unicorn, that's a Dracosac play. Versus if I open double Planet, that's just 1 dead card in my hand. So just 2 Planet to increase the odds of seeing multiples, or seeing these 2 together. So you make the Dracosac, you summon 2 tokens, you link for 1 for Link Spider, and then you either have Grand Breakout to use the other token to do the Goblin combo, or you have Doug Charger to detach from the Dracosac to do the Goblin combo. So like if you open it with a Goblin extender, then that's pretty good too. If you open like Unicorn and Fenrir and Tour Guide, and then typically I go for Tour Guide because the Goblin stuff, you can do the Fiendsmith combo anyway with the Goblin stuff, but the Goblin stuff gets you more. So like you have a couple conflicting normal summons, like Terratop with the cash cards. You can't special it, but you can still normal it, which is good, which is just fine. So that if you have like Unicorn, Terratop, 3 hand traps, that's like you get Unicorn Birth plus the Goblin combo, which is not bad at all, and the Fiendsmiths. So the deck just plays really well. It looks crazy, but like the hands you piece together are usually pretty good. It can produce brick hands, sure, because you have just like all of these goblin bricks that you don't really want to open, or like Lurie or stuff. But typically the deck opens very well. I did have a few brick hands, but I played through it, or my opponent opened lackluster as well. So I was a bit lucky as well. But no Fool Loss. I don't own it, but maybe cut the Drolls and play Fool Loss in the main deck. Perulio was crazy, so you definitely probably want to play Fool Loss. I've Perulio a Yubel player, and they just played into it, which makes sense. But I started my turn with 8 cards, and I pushed through Rage into SP. I pushed through Varudris. I pushed through Phantom, Desiree, Imperm Ash. So I pushed through like 7 interruptions with that hand. It was granted he was doing it incorrectly because I opened like Unicorn Terratop, double Unicorn Terratop in my 8 cards, and I was able to special summon all of them because he kept click. Because I went special Unicorn, used Doug to detach from Varudris to special it, and then he went Rage into SP, clear my field, special Terratop, and he chained SP effect, and then I specialed the other Unicorn. So it was like I was able to get extension out of them. But overall, the deck flowed very well. The rank 3s you play Fortune Tune or Assure King is crucial because you have 3 bodies a lot of the time. So if you open like Terratop Tour Guide, you're able to threaten Assure King on summon number 6, so they have to Nibiru you beforehand, and if they do, then you have the quick play spell to just tribute the Nibiru token and do the rest of the Goblin combo, and then get into the Fiendsmith line that way. You kind of want the second one does come up sometimes. It didn't come up to have follow, because like if you get interrupted or if they out this, you want to be able to make another one on the next turn to like make use of this in the graveyard, because this has to detach from a Goblin Xyz to reduce their attack by 1,000. So it lets you like clear boards and make Zeus plays and trigger this in the battle phase, which is cool. And like Gone Wild lets you attach any card to a Goblin Xyz when it's sent to the graveyard. So if you have it under Caesar, this is level 6 Fiend, which is really cool. So if you have this and Engraver under Caesar, you can detach this to negate something, trigger this because something was detached, and trigger this to attach to the Goblin. So you like negate something and then take 2 cards from them. It's kind of crazy. So Typhon and the second Gabunga are flex spots. I was playing Big Eye at one point, but I found like I'd rather just either keep the Kashtiras instead of make Big Eye, or Dracosac to get extenders and then use Dracosac's effect to tribute itself to pop something, or tribute a token to pop something. That's typically good enough. Like it's going to get answered anyway, whereas Big Eye was also getting answered. And then Cicada King I kind of wanted it because it's kind of good when you get Fool Lost. You give them a card, but you get a negate, so I'm not entirely sure what to do in that scenario, because you're not going for the Fiendsmith combo when you get Fool Lost, because that just gives them entirely too many cards. But Cicada King is just 1 card for 1 negate, so I'm not sure exactly what I want to do yet. Maybe you can cut Typhon for Cicada King, but Typhon did come up once, so I was glad I played all these cards overall. But yeah, let's just get into some test hands. So this hand right here is insane. So you special Terratop, you get the Tekatomborg. Where is it? Some other cool things is Unicorn is a wind as well, so Tekatomborg isn't always a brick. And then there's a wind and Goblin as well that you can get on the field to special summon the Tekatomborg. So it's not terrible to open this, you just don't really want to. You want to see Terratop instead. So Tour Guide will get you where is it? Mean Merciless. There it is. Okay. Now you're gonna hold the Tekatomborg because you can save it for later. So this is summon number 4. Typically this will get you Doug Charger, but you already have it. So let's get Boomok in this case. Boomok is another good extender. We're gonna special the Doug. We already have the Grand Breakout, so we're going to add the Grand Entrance. Now that's summon number 5, right? And now you detach to special the Mean Merciless from grave. And if they don't do anything here, you overlay for Assure King. And then this is nib protection. If they did nib you there, you take the token, you tribute it with Grand Breakout, you summon From your deck, you summon, where is it? Gone Wild. Gone Wild will then summon again from the deck. Clatter Sploder. Clatter Sploder. Summon back Dug Charger from the grave. Overlay for... And this is typically where the second Big Gabunga comes up also. You make another Big Gabunga. Then you could special the Boom Mox, special the Tekatomborg, go into the full Fiendsmith line. So that would play through in Nibiru. But in this case, we're just going to special. We're going to detach the Mean Merciless. And now we have a win, so we're going to special the Tekatomborg. And we're going to take these two for... It doesn't really matter. Yeah, so Moon. You could also... No, that's fine. So you can go Moon, Moon into Requiem. Requiem into Lacrima. Lacrima, dump Fiendsmith. Special the Fiendsmith. Shuffle back the Moon. Now we're going to go into Sequence. Put back. Make Desiree. Now we are going to... Did I use a Boom Mock? Yes, I used the Boom Mock to special summon itself. I could have alternatively... Instead of activating Boom Mock, I could have used the Grand Entrance to add... Yeah, I could have added this instead. Yeah, This is an interesting line because I opened the quick play and I opened Doug, so I have just like extra goblin bodies. So I wasn't entirely sure how to do that. I'm still learning the deck as well. Like I made it myself from scratch, and there are just so many like interesting scenarios that are coming up. Like this didn't happen at all yesterday or recently, where I opened both Doug and Grand Entrance and Tour Guide and Tekatomborg. So there's just so many free bodies to do. And I'm trying to keep as many monsters under Assure King as possible. Because like if I do end up having to negate something on my turn, then I want to have a negate on their turn as well. But let's just do it this way. Because alternatively, let's back it up here. 2 extra, 2 extra. So this is in my hand. This is in my hand. This is in my hand. And then this is underneath Assure King. So we got to here. Let's go this instead. Let's go here. Add Gone Wild. I can detach a material to special the Gone Wild. I can special with Gone Wild. I can special Clatter Sploder from deck, and then Clatter Sploder can summon Mean Merciless from grave. I can take these two back into Moon. Back into Requiem, Requiem effect. Summon the Lacrima, Lacrima dump the Fiendsmith. Special the Fiendsmith, return the Moon. Ooh, this is cool. Now I can go overlay for Caesar. And now Boom Mock can special itself by detaching a material. So I can get the Engraver back in the graveyard. I can take these two. Or Sequence. I can go Sequence, shuffle back for Desiree. I can equip. So instead of SP, I get Caesar instead, which is probably better. You could put everything in defense too. I guess that's probably correct to play around Lightning Storm from Tenpai. The issue, I don't know, maybe I want this in attack. Not sure. So if you keep the Grand Breakout, now you can use it as an extra layer of interrupt by tributing Desiree after you use the negate. So you can tribute the Desiree to get a Goblin, and then trigger Desiree to send a card your opponent controls to the grave. So you have a negate with Assure King, a negate with Caesar, a take with Gone Wild, a take with Kabunga, a negate with Desiree, and a send with Desiree by tributing it with a Grand Breakout. You also have Clatter Sploder for follow-up, so if they start clearing bodies, you can use Clatter Sploder to detach from Assure King to summon itself back, summon back Mean Merciless, and then set up for another Gabunga play on your turn. So that was that hand. I think that was objectively better. So you could have ended on SP or SP the way I was doing it the first time, or pivot into Caesar that way like I was doing. So this hand is interesting. So you can, I would start with Wraithsoth here, see what they do. Because if you get Drolled, that's a bit unfortunate. If you get Ashed, that's fine, because you still have Unicorn and you can normal summon Terratop. But with Wraithsoth, I would add the Fenrir. And the Fenrir is most likely going to be follow-up. So now you're going to Special Unicorn, see what they do. They might Imperm. They could very well Imperm because it looks like you're playing Cash to start, which is fine. You can get the Birth here. And now I'm going to do, because Terratop into the Goblin combo does more than just Fenrir. And you're already just going to be ending on Birth and Unicorn anyway, and you can still do the Fiendsmith combo. So the purpose of Fenrir Unicorn is to do the Fiendsmith combo and then end on Unicorn Birth. But if you have the Terratop, you can also get the Goblin stuff as well. So you're going to add and special summon the Tekatomborg. You're going to overlay for the Ashura King, not Ashura King, for the Gabanga. Gabanga is going to add Doug. You're going to special Doug by detaching a material, doesn't matter. You're going to activate Doug effect, add Grand Breakout. I'm going to activate Grand Breakout, tribute Doug. Special Gone Wild, special Clatter Sploder, special back Doug. You're going to take these two here. Doesn't really matter, yeah. These two here for Moon, Moon for Requiem, Requiem effect, for Lacrima, Dump, Engraver. Special Engraver, shuffle back the Moon. Bang, bang. We're going to take these for this. Yeah, so if you open like instead of Droll or Imperm, if you open like an extra Goblin piece, you could probably make Caesar, but you don't want to make Caesar unless you have a way to get Requiem back into the graveyard, because typically Desiree is almost better than Caesar almost every single time in this deck, because you just have no way to stop like a talent card or a board wipe. So like you just want Desiree almost every time. So you're going to take those two, make sequence effect, put back. Okay. Make Desiree. I'm going to take these two for SP. Birth back the Unicorn. And then end phase, Big Gabonga is going to attach Mean Merciless. So now you have Droll, Imperm, Unicorn Birth, this card in the grave. Yet Clatter Sploder to trigger Gabonga, or Grand Breakout to trigger Gabonga if they just try to get a battle and attack over SP or Desiree. You have this to make their attack like nothing, which is pretty cool, and trigger Gabonga. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of interaction. Again, all your stuff scanning a bunch of attack. You have light, dark, wind. So you're gaining 300. Yeah, I mean, it's just a lot. And then you have follow up in desert. Oh, whoops, forgot to equip sequence. Don't do that. You have follow up by linking off Desiree, or by summoning back with Birth into Fenrir. You have Dracosac to do the full Fiendsmith line again if you want, and then you get a pop with Dracosac as well. Or you can maybe just go like Fortune Tune into Zeus, something like that, depending on the board state. It's just really resilient. Let's do one more. Yeah. Like this is just all gas. This is so insane. Just special Unicorn. You could dodge Imperm or Veiler with Grand Breakout. If not, you just add the Birth. If you get Drolled here, it's kind of fine because you opened Tour Guide, so you can just go Tour Guide into Merciless, and then you can make. So if you get Drolled, you can do the full Fiendsmith combo. I think I'd just do that. What would I do? If you get Drolled, yeah, I'd just do the full Fiendsmith combo plus Unicorn Birth. Yeah. So I'd just go these two. So Drolled, you just do Fiendsmith combo, link off sequence, and Unicorn into SP, Birth back Unicorn. If you don't get Drolled, then you're doing the whole Goblin line. So you go overlay into Jabunja. You already have Doug, so get Boom Mock as an extra extender. Doug for bang into this. Okay. So now I'm going to link off from Moon first, because you already have so much extension. So here, this is cool. So you can go Grand Breakout, or Grand Entrance, add Gone Wild. I think this I could have done this game 1, I think, too. So special, add Gone Wild, special it by detaching from Big Kabonga. Go Gone Wild for Clatter Sploder for Doug. And then you can Grand Breakout, Tribute Gone Wild for, where is it? Doug? Yeah. And then this is, nope. Didn't mean to do that. I meant to overlay. So you overlay these 3 for Shuriking. Use the Doug that I just put on their field on accident. So you're making a Shuriking, and then you're going for the Fiendsmith line. You opened Engraver as well, so you get an extra body here, which is cool. Special dump. Maybe I could have attributed. If I had left Gone Wild. So it just depends how you want to do it. If you want to keep the Gone Wild and just say they don't have Nibiru, that's fine as well. Or you can go for a Shuriking early. But I could have gone for Requiem or for Caesar with this hand as well, because if I kept the Gone Wild, then I could have used Engraver and Caesar. And then like opening Engraver means you don't have to detach from Caesar because you already have an Engraver engraved to then do the Desiree lines. So opening Engraver sometimes means you get a 2-mat Caesar, because you can keep an Engraver in Graveyard, which is cool. So Tract, activate Tract, get Larry, special Larry. Special back by shuffling back Moon. And now if I had kept the Gone Wild instead, I could overlay with that for Caesar and then take these 2 into this. And now I still have an Engraver in Graveyard. But in this hand, to top deck, whoops. I'm gonna leave the Lacrima because this can summon sequence on their turn, which is neat. And then these 2 make SP, and then you can birth back Unicorn, and you can spell trap. So now I have Boom Mock as a way to trigger Big Kabonga, or I have Grand Breakout. You can use the Boom Mock as an extender or as a way to trigger Big Kabonga as an interruption. So you have SP, Unicorn, Birth. So this is typically what you're trying to get to, like either Shuriking or Caesar, a way to trigger Big Kabonga plus SP, Desiree, Unicorn, some variation of this for sure. And now you have Lacrima Engraver as follow-up because you have opened Engravers. You get to keep all the Fiendsmith card in the grave. So that's kind of neat. But like Birth Unicorn, in addition to your board, is just always so strong. So again, just like Birth hitting Princess or Birth hitting Sequence against Yubel so that they can't pivot into Aerial Eater or Desiree. Just so good. And then, I can move this. Cool. Can I attach this? Nope. There we go. So yeah, so this is the end board. Very cool deck. Again, I'll let you check it out again. It should be okay into Ryziel. I haven't tested it yet, but I was thinking if I wanted to cut the cash cards or not. But into Detonator. So for those who don't know, Detonator says when your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can detach a material, destroy a card on the field. Not once per turn. So if they make it with a 3 or 4 mat, they have 4 pops. But like Special Fenrir, activate the effect. If they pop it, you add Unicorn Special, activate the effect. If they pop it, you add Birth Special back. If they pop it, you just got rid of 3 pops with just Fenrir. If they let Fenrir resolve, you go to battle, attack, effect, try and banish the Detonator. They negate with a field spell, and then you die, but then you got the Unicorn Search off Fenrir, you can special Unicorn, get Birth. Like, Fenrir seems like a solid way to play, to try and play through the Detonator. So I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to have to test it some more, figure out what I want to do. But side deck, I'll talk about Di-Fi real quick. Di-Fi is really good into Yubel and Snakes. If you open poorly, just a bunch of cash monsters, you can just go summon Unicorn, summon Fenrir, activate Birth, activate Di-Fi. And now all of a sudden you're just playing a Kashtira stun deck. Or you can like summon Tour Guide as well to get like Cicada King would be better in that scenario, but Big Gabonga can just add Boom Mock, and now you have like Unicorn or like Fenrir, a way to trigger Big Gabonga, and then they're under Di-Fi, so it's hard for them to push through a lot to begin with. You don't have a lot, but it's hard for them to push through much at all. Or if your hand is good, you can do the whole combo and then just activate Di-Fi, which is pretty nuts. Very good Floodgate going first. Dark Roller was pretty decent. It just forced Desiree and then forced the trap immediately, and I was able to chain Crow, which was cool, and then force the Phantom, so it helped me play through a Yubel board a bit. Cyclone is for like Fire King Island, Nightmare Pain. So like against Yubel, I was putting in like these 12. I was taking out like Droll. I was taking out Droll, Ash, I think I was taking out, because these are just higher impact. Droll, Ash, you can typically take out an Engraver, and I take out 2 Grand Breakout as well. What else did I take out? I think you take out a little bit of the Cash Engine as well sometimes, because you're just trying to resolve Perulia. That's about it. I think Perulia, Crow, Dark Roller. That's what I put in. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure. So still some wiggle room, but that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you all in the next one, whenever that is. Peace.